So the mission for today is going to be removing this whole thing, radiator, and this electric fan that was put in by one of the previous owners. And to do that, first off, you would want to first remove the air cleaner if you still have that, air filter, and then there's usually another air like induct or something to here. You want to take that off. If you have the original cooling setup, you would want to remove the clutch fan and the shroud that goes here. You're coming underneath the car. This is the radiator here, and you're gonna have something like this. So this screw is supposed to remove, and then the coolant will just leak out of there. So I was able to stick this flathead screwdriver in here, and it actually caught on, so I'm gonna be able to get off. Wow, make a huge mess. So it's still draining. I'm gonna come over here, loosen this, take it off, and then try and push all the coolant that's still in here into the radiator, so it just goes down there. That should be all the coolant up here. So yeah, now I can just remove this. Take it off. And there we go, finally. Now we can do the same for the bottom. It's kind of stuck in there. If you're not going to use these hoses anymore, you could probably just cut them. Well, I guess I won't be able to get into this bottom one because the previous owners had taken the air pump off, and I guess I changed the hoses when that was still off, and then when I got it, I guess I didn't think about removing the hoses, so I think I might have to remove the air pump. To remove your air pump, yeah, usually there's this hose here that goes to the air box. You don't necessarily have to remove it, but it probably help. Probably the best way to remove this air pump is actually to take it off with this bracket. The bolts are 12 millimeters. And I already removed the bottom bolt, so there we go. Oh, great. Alright, so now that that's off, pretty loose, you're gonna want to kind of push it out with the bracket, and then it'll come right off. And then I'm just gonna, oh, there we go. It was super loose, but there's the air pump. So now that I removed the other air pump, here's the other bolt that I need to take off. What is it, bracket, I guess? And if you stick your screwdriver in there like that, be very careful not to mess up the actual rubber of the hose, or else you'll probably have to get a new one. Ooh, that is probably not good. There we go, that's the lower coolant hose. So yeah, so now what I have to do is take this hose off. This is another coolant hose that goes into, it's like a little tube here, and this tube runs all the way back here. It goes up here to another hose, smaller hose here, right there. You can kind of see it up here, and it goes to the heater core. So the stock hose clamps on this small one. It's just a 10mm bolt, I guess. So if the screw part is all messed up, you can just use this 10mm socket and you should be good to go. Yep. So yeah, now that this hose is disconnected, this should be pretty much free of any other hoses, well, except for this one up here. This one you can just probably pop it off. So instead of taking this whole thing off, I can just disconnect it. So I guess the next thing I have to remove is this sensor here. I believe this is a cold start sensor. So on the RX-7, if the water is not hot enough, upon startup it'll rev up to like 3000 RPM or something like that. And this is the sensor that does that. So in order to remove this sensor, I got 7/8 wrench, and I'm just gonna, I guess, take it off. So that should be everything. And I guess now I'm gonna take this thing off, which I'm guessing I have to break these off, and then it should pop out. So just trying to be able to snap these off and check that out. Anyways, just gonna disconnect those and then take this right out. So removing the battery tray is easy. There's just 3 bolts right here. I think the original ones are just 10mm bolts. Oh, there's another one right here. There's 4 in total, and that should be pretty easy to take off. To unbolt the radiator from the chassis, looks like there are 4 bolts. One up here, 2 up here, and then 2 kind of in the middle. Let's see here. It's underneath this battery tray. Probably should have taken it off, but it's right around here. And it looks like that's about it. So it looks like these radiator bolts are 12mm bolts. So now the radiator should just pop right off, like so. So wow, look at all that space. Anyways, I guess that's how you remove the radiator. So whenever I install the actual new one, I'll make another video for that too. But it's pretty much the opposite of what you just saw. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going and see what else I'm gonna remove. So I guess don't ever let the coolant just sitting around. I have these spare milk jugs, and I'm just gonna put that coolant in there and then take it to the recycling center. And yeah, that should be it for the video.